Hello, my souls, and welcome back to Starfield. Also, Zephyr, how the fuck was it that your twerking was the first thing that I saw in chat? Why were you twerking while eating a steak? Also, hello Zephyr, hello Skylar, hello Andy, hello Aiden. Claire.
What?
Anything I can help you with?
Why did it have to be Zephyr twerking?
I don't know.
How dare you allow that to be the first thing on stream? As if you had any fucking bearing on whether or not it pops up. Oh. Alright, so what are we doing? We're going to go and do the eyewitness. Oh, Mass District. I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Skylar? Oh, excuse me.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay.
I have to go sell off a lot of stuff because there's a lot of stuff that, mass-wise is not too much mass.
If you don't see what you want, feel free. Oh, please, take a look.
Oh, wait. Aw. Here we are. By weight. There we go.
Appreciate the business.
Dealing in art is more exciting than one would think.
Well, since I just nuked out a shit ton of my inventory, gonna go do the Vanguard thing. Well, good on you, Aiden.
Hey Claire, how was work today?
Well, today was my day off, so I guess it was good.
You are the greatest. No, no, no. Better.
Do you mind
than
reading the
greatest.
ad everyone for Kit?
Alright, later, Andy. Num num. Also, Corgi needs to be tucked into bed. So, num.
The Nuggies will go and do that.
Aw, cute.
Keep in mind though, they're still wearing their tiny spacesuits.
What you think about that one, Andy? Getting tucked in by a bunch of nuggies in spacesuits?
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
So, first things first. One, I do not believe in the concept of punishment for the sins of the father. Sorry, no, you are not your parents, therefore their crimes should fall on you. Unless you actively had a hand in it. Your family's crimes are just that, your family's crimes, not yours. Second, I hate closed-minded fucks.
You doing okay?
So, in just a moment. Any suggestions on what I should say to the cabinet?
It's hard to know exactly what might sway them. I'd just be honest about what you saw. A colony wiped out, and a lot of lives lost. Something we don't want anyone else to have to experience.
Hey, kid.
Yes.
I'm gonna bap you for putting a really dirty thought in my head.
Which one? You just shot yourself for saying that one.
What you said brings a whole new meaning to "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned."
I've seen this porno before. God damn it, Burb.
How long's the cabinet gonna keep us waiting?
A whole new meaning to a Hail Mary.
That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift. Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
God, it dawns on me. He's not coming with me. God, he's coming with me into this. Oh, that might fucking be stupid.
Stupid in a good way or a bad way?
Yes.
I love how that's your answer.
Dude, get in here and don't derp the fuck out. Thanks. Please, just make sure this is a moment where you can sit down and shut the fuck up. Maybe use one of the treadmills until you die. God, I hate this setting already.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Adrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Excuse me. We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible terramorph apocalypse.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. to demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic, and at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Yes. Wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. It's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks, just as predicted.
Good God.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Let's go fry a xenomorph motherfucker. Right, I should probably put my gun away. I don't want people freaking the fuck out.
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Please! I can't stop! I will not stop.
Is this a main story mission,
That's it.
Kit?
Now hit him with everything you've got.
No.
Not going any further. It's behind my eyes. I can
feel it.
It's in my head. Go.
Oh, that's fucking stupid. Oh, Jesus.
There. Help me.
What are you doing? Stop! Stop fighting!
Oh.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Jesus Christ.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
I'm doing an oral history. Of
Hey, kid.
course. Oh,
What?
I had another food thought today at work. Can I share it?
Sure.
Dulce de leche ice cream topped with crumbled dehydrated apples.
Being part of your crew is just the best.
We're needed down at the spaceport. Lives are at stake, Capt. We need to get down there ASAP.
Well, shit.
You should get down to the spaceport on the double.
Need to get him an EM weapon. Otherwise, he's just using a fucking arc welder on civilians.
What are your thoughts on my idea, Kit?
What idea?
Dulce de leche ice cream with dehydrated
No time
apples.
to waste, Captain. Stash the
Sprinkles
EM
on top,
and
like
firepower.
fresh
Let's
dehydrated
go.
apples.
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the...
Please, just leave me alone.
Gonna be okay. It's not real.
Am I going to be alright?
Here's open. Alright.
You might back up. Don't just stand there.
Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that door!
You them? Our experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, I've got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
You sure you're not gonna turn on us out there?
We're not afraid, but we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts.
We'll handle this. You two stay put.
Your call. We're on the line.
I have been booped.
You have been.
Aiden, you missed Nuggies hugging you. They are hugging you right now.
Don't let him get into your head.
I'm never going to skip an arms practice again as long as I live.
Alright. Is there any fucking equipment in here? Nada. You know what? Let's do this. Time to fuck a terramorph.
Make sure it gives consent.
Ready for a fight? Pity things had to end like this.
Ooh.
Gone.
Think you can take me?
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
Okay. Fuck me. Those bastards hurt.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
You all held the line. You're the heroes here, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Well, that was a thing.
The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Excuse me. Holy damn. This has been a hell of a weird storyline here so far. And this is just a UC. This is a side quest kind of thing, apparently. Because this was me joining the Vanguard. Like, this happened within a few missions of me joining the Vanguard.
Hey, Kit.
What's up?
So my statement from yesterday holds some water that this game is a candidate for Game of the Year.
Quite possibly.
Terramorphs get into the city
That's a
like
relief
that
to hear.
undetected.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all
And
know
if
how
Bethesda
much
can
we
do this
owe them
great for
today.
Elder Scrolls 6, that's a good sign, right?
There you are.
Tragedy.
I believe
Attacks?
we have some things
They can't
we should
happen
discuss.
again.
You've got the Cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks. Understand?
Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
If you're sure that's the wisest course of action.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
What do I get for being a UC citizen?
It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door.
You can count on me, man.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Officer. Sorry.
They're not killing
Trying not to
responsibility
die.
to call their family.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data. No chance we'd get anything if it was me going.
Oh, Jesus. Trying to check if my gun was loaded, not try to blow off my teammate's foot. Oh, man.
Chief Yassine, these orders... A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude.
Damn.
I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Let's pretend that I don't have the slightest idea.
Huh. All right. We'll start at the beginning. When the colony war ended, the UC and Freestar Collective came to the agreement some weapons needed to be off limits. Mechs, xenowarfare. So they gathered up all the relevant research materials and sealed that information away. Terramorph data included, in the archives here in the city. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people, the ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun, to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Well, duh. Hey Claire, tell me if this sounds like me. No problem, I'm just gonna need some electrodes, a tooth extractor, and some sodium pentothal. You'd think they'd be clamoring to help after the spaceport attack.
I couldn't agree more. However, Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Let's try Radcliffe first.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Alright, tell me about these other tools then.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
I was going
Now,
to say, yeah,
we
that sounds
recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Any other things I should avoid doing inside the embassy?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
Hey, Kit.
What can you tell me about this staff member? Also, well, what's up, Herb?
I'm gonna head out a little bit early tonight. I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. I'm numb. I'm numby.
What do you do on... Oh, Kit. Will you be free on Friday to play Xbox?
I mean...
Or no?
On Friday?
Yes.
Before the first stream, yeah.
Because I don't have work Friday, that's why I'm asking.
Okay. Anyways, what can you tell me about this staff member? Also, numb the bird beep.
Name's Cameron
The
Long.
Nuggies are being left with
He's
Aiden.
younger than Ratcliffe, bears less
Make
of a
sure they have
grudge towards
dinner.
the UC.
I'm leaving
He
him with
works
little bowls of
closely with
ice
the
cream.
ambassador, making
They
him a
have to have their
promising
dinner
source for
first.
information on the ins and outs
And they
of
have a
embassy
picture
life,
book for
and
bedtime.
someone who very likely
Thank
hates
you,
her
Aiden.
guts.
That's all the info I need to know for the moment on Ambassador Radcliffe.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Cool.
Howdy.
Well then. Um.
Excuse me.
Captain, would you like to finish your briefing on the ambassadors? Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
I mean, anyone who knows me well knows my answer. I'm sure you can be reasoned with. House of Varun are people, just like us.
Of course. But there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
Here's hoping we're not chasing a corpse.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
That's the thing. Let's head to the lobby. And yeah, this very much does sound like me. Why does this sound like me?
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard. Captain, can I help you? This is Mast, the beating heart of the United Colonies. Every decision made in the civilized galaxy takes place inside these walls. I'm one of Mast's resource officers. It's my job to ensure those here on official business get where they're going promptly, and that any rule breaking is dealt with swiftly. Stay safe.
Actually, you know what? I could probably just do this. My gun is pretty fucking useful, so... Oof. Getting better at that.
I'm sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there.
gotta be kidding me. It's plumbing, not a peace treaty. It could cause an incident. It would mean my job, sir. Always something to fix in New Atlantis. Never fails to remind you it's one of the oldest cities in the galaxy.
Unless you have embassy business, I suggest you move along.
Dick.
You our visitor? You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on through.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you.
Terramorphs? As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Captain Kilvaris, UC Vanguard. You're not even talking, Ambassador.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Nope, they sent me to beg. Pretty please, pretty please. No. No, you heard correctly. That by the way, that would be my inner monologue. Or you heard correctly, we need access to the archives.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
Please, Ambassador, just listen to what I have to say.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood.
Thank you, Ambassador. Just hear me out.
I'm listening.
You were a soldier. It was your job to protect, and that's what we intend to do with this data.
It's a job I take very seriously. It's why I'm even entertaining what you're suggesting right now.
I've seen twice now how bad these attacks can be. I don't want to see a third.
No one does, Captain. The only question is how to do it.
Only in moments of crisis that a real hero emerges. That could be your moment.
Oh, please. Buttering me up isn't gonna get us anywhere.
No, it's
Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing. The UC is just gonna have to find another way. Now, I presume you can see yourself out.
Oh, well. I don't typically do save scumming, but this is what the game gives me. It's the one I'm going with.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
You did get lucky. Just doing my duty.
Doubt the Vanguard would have a lot of recruits if that were the job description. But I'll take your point. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
Ignores your talents, empathy, duty, wisdom. I'm gonna do that if you work for me.
What, you want me to work for you? Huh. Well, maybe, let's go somewhere to talk. So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me?
We need to help preventing more terramorph attacks, and we're not expecting the ambassador's support.
No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me?
I need to get access to her quarters without being seen.
Her quarters? Huh. Oh, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services?
You know what? I need to clear something with my superiors. I'll be right back.
Oh, all right. I'll be here.
Where is the security slate?
Is it weird that I still get nervous around you? We're literally best friends after all.
Nope. I couldn't find the security slate. Where the hell is the security slate? Well, fuck. Oh well.
I heard you're a member of the UC Vanguard. They're so lucky to... Have you?
Hello, Ramon. Also, Delint Y. Needle.
Needle.
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
I can get you into Radcliffe's office, but I need to know what I'm getting in return.
Got 1,000 credits with your name on them.
Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. Oh, I'm not taking a bribe.
I hate this is a thing. Fine. The diplomatic office will bring you on as an operative. Put your real talents to use.
Really? Okay. You've got yourself a deal. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
This building is Freestar sovereign territory, so in here, we're the law. Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
Oh, that was not the, Well then. That's a thing. I'm gonna upgrade that.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch! Cameron!
Are you alright, Ambassador?
It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again. Which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process.
What are you getting at, ma'am?
I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a C, right? But what if? What if one opened up? The life is hard. In what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him.
Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep.
Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh?
Good night, Eva.
Ladies got underoos.
Why'd you say it like that?
How many pill bottles do you have, lady? There's nice bottles of wine. Not too difficult to pop. I'll take that, folks. So...
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives.
I know you're planning to replace someone on the Council of Governors.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb, Ambassador. It's embarrassing.
No. If the Council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. I'd be... Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
You got yourself a deal.
Good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those two items should be enough to allay any suspicions.
I can agree to those terms.
Good. Okay, let's go get you your access. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Alright, guys. This is where I'm going to have to say I need to pee, so I will be right back in just a moment.
Yes. Oh, there. Nominated. They nommed first.
I don't know who nom first. I don't care. All I can see is nom nom. So nom nom. Nom. Jesus fuck! There's some nugs in here. There's some big ass nugs in here. Jesus. Holy fuck, waffle. That is crammed. That is a straight up super nug. Also, at this point, I feel I must say, drugs are bad. Okay. Well, I mean, I could always use a nice scarf. Wholly illogical fuck rockets, Batman. Excuse me. My brain died, by the way. Hey, Leica.
What's next on the agenda? Saving the world? Saving the galaxy? Saving the universe?
Holy raging butt muffins. Hey, Claire.
What?
So it dawns on me. Aiden nommed you, you nommed Aiden, and then Aiden became a fucking scarf.
Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
Yes, exactly. It's like
I asked
when
my
someone
boss what they're
insults
doing
you.
to stop new alien attacks on the city.
Well, I mean, I typically love the jaded optimism vibe that you got going. But here's hoping it's not the second option on that. Excuse me, sir. There we go. Be sure to be careful, or to carefully read the user manual before changing friend for setting for. Excuse you.
I can take you. They vanished. The mark. I swear to God, I heard something. Ah! Ow! It hurts. Nice work, Captain. You're proving me. can I do for you? Off we go to another adventure.
There we are. There we are.
I thought I heard a noise. Very strange.
Well, that was a thing. Red herring. Wait, the fuck? So that one was just straight up impossible. There we go. Did I just say beware demons? Excuse me. And yes, I know I could just say that this is where we're going to leave off, but I'm not going to do that to y'all. I want to finish this just probably about as much as you guys do right at this point. If I can ever find the way out, I am running in circles. Oh, right. Vault this. Oh, and this one.
I like to think of my... Let me know if you want to talk some more. Do you need something? For you, there's no...
Well, I've loaded him down like a fucking pack mule now.
Back to work, then.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
Spaceport is in rough shape, but not much else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly?
Correct. We're going to use the data in the archives to better understand and stop these attacks.
Yeah, the preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
You don't need my assurances. Independent observers will verify it's used responsibly.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good. Will we all be so lucky next time the archives need to be accessed? Something to think on.
So, why'd the rest of the embassy staff leave? Where'd they go?
The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject.
I mean, yeah. Why stay behind?
House Varun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers.
What's it been like, being from House of Varun in New Atlantis?
It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography, our connection to the Serpent, they came with us. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the Great Serpent has always provided me a path in my darkest moments. The Great Serpent is so much more than a god. It is fate itself. When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was the Serpent that compelled him to found his now great house. The Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice speaks to us, shepherding us through the dark, and infuses our lives with the meaning the universe so often fails to provide.
I can understand that. Well, that's going to be a weird one.
thinking about you, talking about you. That's 3 right there.
Anyways, folks, we are a little over time, so this is where we're going to leave off. So, if you enjoy the gameplay or the commentary, give us a like if you want to keep up with this or any of our other content. Hit subscribe and ring the bell. Become part of our notification squad so you can see when we upload and when we go live. But for now, this is Kitthesoulless and Crew signing off. Well, Kitthesoulless and Claire signing off. So until next time, everybody. Bye-bye. Blem. Also, hey, Claire.
What?
Nom lem. Nom. Nom. I have nuts in my mouth.
Fill out an application today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the